another way to make your prompt ready before providing equity research and this. So first to train your AI fast. So I have given you a role-based prompt. Better, it will be even better. You just train your AI fast, make it more powerful and then ask ये agentic AI में आपके analysis में ये prompt ये सब चीज लाएगा. It's not about emotion. Biasness is not emotion. It's an assumption. Emotion is something else. Fear psychosis or desire psychology. This is emotion. Biasness is something else. So any model you build, you create assumption, and then based on that. Emotion and assumption is a different thing. Forecasting about future nobody has seen. If you made a DCM model, so you will going to have some kind of a forecasting that based on my capex expenditure, based on this recent data, I can see the company will grow around 14-15% next year. Nothing is the problem. The problem is that your assumption get hampered or in market is uncertain. Inter economy or inter thing has completely changed. You assume something and then inter thing. That is what the risk management is all about, right? I'll give you as an example of trading. So let's say you assume that the stocks will go up and suppose it doesn't go up. That's how the risk management is all about. Because of the uncertainty is there, the probability factor is there. नहीं तो 100% there is no problem in investing or trading because the probability factor is there. There is a risk is there. If that assumption break, how much loss I can incur? That is what the risk management. Risk is not actual loss. Actual loss is done. Probability of getting loss is the risk. That is what, once it is lost, then it's lost. It's nothing to risk management. Then you have to write off your loss. Now, there is another way. So you can trade your AI. This is the evolution. Now, let me talk about from the beginning, 1950. This is the first time techno-funda concept start with William O'Neill, who had blended with fundamental and technical. Yes, he was an economist. So first, before Benjamin Graham, Lord Maynard Keynes, he was the first one who was looking to invest in the stock market based on the economic theory. This is the first evolution of kind of a theory coming on the stock market, analyzing stock. This is the first development of fundamental analysis from the economic through. Then the gentleman came, everybody knows, I guess, Benjamin Graham, intelligent investor. He given a proper theory to pick right kind of a stocks. Most of the things doesn't work today, but the core philosophy absolutely stay absolutely. These are the pillar. Maybe those who do not know about Benjamin Graham, he is the Warren Buffett mentor. Remember this. Now everybody knows Warren Buffett, right? 1934, he started. He given a concept of margin of safety. He has coined this term called margin of safety, even though it doesn't give lot of explanation or lot of advancement was not there. He given the quality of stock picking that. Then Warren Buffett has explained this, and then the margin of safety, like Peter Lynch has given a lot of analysis. So this is how the development of finance and theory is there. These are the most pillar. William O'Neill, who have given technical analysis, a blend of that. You can have momentum filter, you can quality, quantitative, any theory you can apply. So let's say I am going to use the first three. Now, you don't use everything, then model becomes so hotspot, you will not going to get a good analysis. You can use this prompt. So I'm going to take top three because I believe in value investing. So I will going to take three things and I'm going to use a little advanced prompt and I'm going to provide this prompt over here. And this is how my AI is already trained. So you can see I have given something called you are a 20 years of experience in the stock market. And once I have given this, so you can eliminate some of the biasness, but what happened? The AI will limit its own biasness. Now they will going to incline towards the analysis that we have told CAPSIM model or what their biasness, they will going to incline towards that. And it is the tried and tested method. You can do that. It will make you more confident when you going to do the analysis. So this is what I wanted to tell you. Now let me go to the next part. So I hope you understand this. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बोल रहा हूँ? Now rather than give open basket to AI, you पहले if you model को पहले train कर लो and then आपका जो biasness होगा it will going to be towards the stalwart, how they used to pick the stock. So model will not going to go haywire. Your AI will pick will try to build their own analysis. It will going to be inclined towards the tried and tested method of value investing or using technical analysis, which is most good to do the analysis. Okay, now और एक वे मैं prompt आपको दे दूंगा forensic prompt. You already know those who know, but if you do not know, please try to figure out one stock which has recently has कोई manipulation हुआ है. The interflow of a stock market में stock analysis का you need to understand the interflow. Either if you do not understand the interflow, you will not be able to build a proper model. आपको नहीं मालूम है stock, how we select stock as a professional, we have to select. So I hope everybody see the whiteboard. So first you need to have any theme. पहले तो you need to have any theme. Theme पहले चाहिए. Theme जैसे let's say I wanted to have let's say 500 market cap to 10,000 market cap, or let's say 2,000 market cap. I'm going to invest in the small cap. So my theme is a small cap company, or I'm going to invest in the defense stock. So first you need to have a theme. पहले theme होना बहुत जरूरी है, so that you can start from something. Start from something is very important. So for me, let's see a company those who has the potential to give you a very fast growth. Those who are multi-baggers, my theme is there, and I wanted to figure out the stocks which is between 20,000 to 50. The first is the screening. So this is what the first step in the stock market. Stock market mein first is the screening. Some of the stocks is there. So I get the list of stocks. Once I list the stock, the first thing is that I wanted to see the company has an economic mode and the honest company. So I do forensic accounting first rule. So this is the step to finding a good quality stock. Now forensic accounting is done. Once I see that the scoring is more or less good, then I will going to do an equity analysis. Once I equity analysis, I see undervalue. Based on that, all the undervaluation, I can say, let's say I started with 20 stocks and then I get only 5 stocks. This is the 5 stocks to pick right now, but I'm not going to buy immediately. I'll put in the watch list. This is the flow you need to build in your AI. So this the interflow में बहुत सारा step हो सकता है. It can be your news analysis, it can be your fast one screening. It can be done lot of step, individual step, and then integrate everything to a agentic AI. So that is पहले तो you can integrate small AI agent will do the small task and then integrate to a agentic AI. That is what the AI agent for your equity analysis. This is, and then after that, once you get the good quality stock, then the next course thing, the risk management, portfolio management, it will be there. So then it will going to look at the portfolio. This is how the AI, agentic AI for financial and investment. For let's say for a marketeer, it will be a different flow. If you don't know the flow, you can't build a model out of it. Understanding flow is very important. Okay, you understanding the problem, then you can give the AI agent to give the solution. Okay, so first you need to know the flow. Without flow, you can't build anything. Okay, so that therefore, if you think that you can build a model without having any knowledge, domain knowledge, is very difficult. Now, just to give you this AI agent, how it works. Now you give a task, then an agent will going to have integrate some of the tool for technical analysis. Like you can also use trading view. You can integrate with your trading view, and the memory is like a large language model. I told you token limit. So large language model, it will going to process, and then it will going to planning, and then it will going to give it to you complete tasks. So this is how with the simple agent can be there. Agenda, this is what you will going to learn. Now first you need to understand the problem. आपका problem क्या है investment में? For me, understanding the problem is a lot of tasks to do analysis. It's not going to be a simple one. पहले तो अब 500 कंपनी में से शॉर्ट लिस्ट में उसका हर साल क्वार्टर हर 3 मंथ में क्वार्टरली रिपोर्ट आता है, कॉल रिपोर्ट आता है. It's like a hell of a task to go and analyze every company. In fact, उसके बाद में न्यूज आता है, market news, get all this data, process this day-to-day job is like a complicated thing. If there is someone, generally in a big company earlier when I was in investment banking, there is a team of researchers. So somebody in marketing, somebody will go in looking at oil and gas sector. Somebody is looking at the IT sector. So there are team divided into specific tasks. And finally, we collate, and then finally the result come to my desk where I'm going to summarize this and I'll give it to the portfolio manager, and then the portfolio manager we're going to look at this entire thing, and they said that yes, these are the stock you need to invest. This I'm going to give it to the risk management team. Risk management will approve. Then risk management, once we get the approval, two things, I get the interconference, then I go to the given to the trading desk. Trading desk will going to execute. The entire thing is a huge thing, and like 200 to 300 people are working for this type of simple stuff. Now it cannot be done by a single user doing an analysis. It's very difficult. So rather than if the AI agent can do it for me. So this is what my problem is. So it's like one is that it's a tedious job. Second thing, specific time, lot of limitation, time limitation is there. Hundreds of pages to process means like if you wanted to read annual report for one company, just an annual report, I mean quarterly report, I'm not integrating, I'm not all report. So it's a 200 to 300 pages. So now manual analysis is lack of consistency. Now you might have a lot of biasness. So I can set limitation of biasness with the model. So this can be done easily. With the interflow can be done. Now the solution, it can be automated repetitive task. Focus human on a high value reason means like your creativity. You're not focused on the data analysis. Now you're focused on the creative part. मार्केट न्यूज में कौन सा थीम आपका जा सकता है जैसे डिफेंस के टाइम में यू रिमेंबर we pick some of the stocks that has really given a good rally that time rather than focusing on reading a lot of annual report, my energy will be focused on the right opportunity. This is what helped me to AI. Don't think that AI will give you a multi-bagger, but you will going to find them and direct them to the right opportunities. That is your job. Okay. Now, consistent structure you will going to get. Don't think there is a magic pill, but you yes, it can work like magic if you direct them towards the magic. Let me talk about this. You might have seen that AI agent or agentic AI. So they're more or less same thing. Now AI agent are basic thing. If you are using something called basic learning, the AI agent can do that. So they can learn and do the simple tasks. It's nothing. Number of AI agent build a AI agentic AI. It's simple thing. It's like agentic AI build up number of AI agent. Okay, so it's a task oriented, and so let's say agentic AI. So it's a goal oriented. So let's say I wanted to do fundamental analysis. What I'm going to do? This is task oriented. My goal is to build a multi-bagger portfolio which can give a text 10x return in 10 years span after. This is the goal oriented. So it will going to add the entire, and even though at the end it will can manage my portfolio. So this is my goal oriented. So building an agentic AI for equity is the goal. So it's ever a learning process. Okay.